I'm Robin Chauvin, and I am the founder of Charlotte's Book, and I am here today with Crysler, who is a clinical nutritionist, and she's also the founder and creator of GliSODin. And I would love to start really digging into your regimen. We've done a few other videos, check them out. For this video, I'd love to learn about your regimen from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, because I'm sure you're incredibly critical of everything you put in your body.
Yes. First thing I do when I wake up is I try to have lemon water. So just warm water and a little bit of lemon to hydrate and sort of like clear out the system. And then I typically take my adaptogens, which are ashwagandha and rhodiola, and maca sometimes, depending on the time.
And you take a powder or a supplement or a pill?
If I'm traveling, I take pills because it's easier. But you just have to take more pills than powder. You just throw in the water and drink it easily. They don't taste amazing, but they're doable.
Okay.
And powders are great too because you can get a really good dose in a teaspoon. You're getting a lot of that adaptogen.
Okay.
And adaptogens are just critical because they help essentially tonify the body, and they specifically work with stress. So that's sort of my thing. I need to control stress in my life, which controls everything, like helps with inflammation in your skin. So I start with my adaptogens, and of course I take our skin brightening formula because I suffer from acne. And I'm very fair as well, so I have to be careful of sun damage. So it's sort of the kind of magic formula for me to do both.
Okay.
The brightening was never formulated for acne, but because of the anti-inflammatory properties, and it's minimal in oils, so it doesn't create more oil on the skin, and it really is amazing.
What are the key ingredients in that formula?
The skin brightening, we use a base of borage oil, which is your omega-6, and it has ALA in it, which is specifically good for soothing the skin and causing and controlling inflammation. And then it has the lycopene in it. It has citrobioflavonoids, which help with the pigmentation issues. So especially even if you have red skin, or it really helps sort of that clarity. And then again, it has SOD in it. So SOD is the superoxide dismutase, the primary antioxidant, which helps control inflammation, which I think is directly related to the acne that I produce.
Right.
Just usually stress induced.
Do you do this before breakfast, after breakfast?
I do it before. Yeah, so I wake up, take my supplements. I typically have porridge or brown rice in the morning, get that going, make my coffee. So then I've had my supplements in my system for at least 20 minutes before I'm eating or drinking coffee. Throughout the day, I like to drink water with chlorophyll, liquid chlorophyll. You just add a little bit. It's specifically good for alkalining the body. You want to make the more you're alkalining the body, the better it is to get rid of disease or any kind of inflammatory stuff. And
so do you carry a water bottle around with you each day, and then you just put a drop of chlorophyll in it?
I try.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to. Or I'll just do it when I'm home. Like sometimes I work from home, so it's easy to do throughout the day. And then at nighttime, again, I do my adaptogens, and I always
so you take them twice a day?
I take them twice a day.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't really overdose on adaptogens, so yeah, it's typically the thing that I stick with the most. And then I take my magnesium at nighttime before I go to bed. So magnesium works better at night. So magnesium doesn't have necessarily a specific function. What it does is it helps water and everything else go into the cells. So at nighttime, it's been clinically shown that you actually absorb it better at nighttime, and you're repairing and restoring. So that's typically when you take magnesium. And it does kind of relax the body too. So it is, great for sleeping as well.
So now that we're sort of heading into summer and detox, you would do a lot of people think of detoxing in juices and food, but you're talking more about a supplement detox.
Yeah. So we do have a really good detox product, which you want to be careful when you do a detox that it's not full of laxatives, because laxatives do not cleanse the body. What they do is they relax the colon so that everything just flows through. It doesn't actually really cleanse the body.
Okay.
So what you want to do is you want to focus on the liver, because as we talked about before, the liver has to process everything and everything stems from the liver. So you want a really strong liver cleanse, and you want to find ingredients that are usually sulfur-based, like garlic and all those wonderful things that are wonderful things, broccoli, that induce your detoxification enzymes, because that's really what pushes the toxins out.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
And what we talked a little bit before too is that every time I try to do a detox, I kind of fall off the wagon a little bit,
Yeah.
about halfway to 3/4 through.
Yeah.
And so what's the sort of amount of time that I need to be dedicated to doing that?
About 2 weeks. You want to give yourself about 2 weeks, because it takes about 7 days to really start flushing. 3 days at least to start aggravating because the toxins like to sit in fat and in your muscles, and they're lodged in there. They like to be stuck. So it takes some time to kind of get them started chelating, which means basically removing out of the system. And that's taxing on the liver when that happens. So you want that week to be kind of like, it's stressful for the body, but it's actually getting rid of it. So the first week is about getting rid of the toxins, and then the second week is almost about repairing and rejuvenating. So a lot of people, unfortunately, if they're not compliant, stop around day 5 to 8.
Yeah.
And you've helped get rid of some of the stuff, but unfortunately, you haven't given your body time to like restore and repair.
And how is it different from, like the juice detox that I would do for 4 days?
Well, that can typically, it depends what kind of juice cleanse you're doing.
Yeah.
I would never suggest anybody to do a juice cleanse and not eat food, unless you're at like a resort and you have like a medical team kind of doing it for you, because you have to watch blood sugar levels. You have to watch how you cut back your food and then bring it back in.
Yeah.
But juice cleanses are great, and they're mainly focusing on the digestive system, which is very important. And some juices also focus on the liver as well.
Yeah.
If you get like a nice beet juice with like dandelion greens and like really green stuff, that really helps with the liver as well.
Right.
So with nutraceuticals, are a little bit more specific with inducing your detoxification enzymes and how chelating, or juice is more specific on your digestive system and liver.
Got it. Okay.
You can do them both together. It would be a great thing to do together during a cleanse.
What, in terms of your day-to-day, is there any specific diet tips or tricks that you would also recommend in terms of following it with the right nutracosmetic?
I'm definitely a plant-based eater. I think it's essential to kind of look at what you're putting into the body. And there's been a lot of research, especially lately, on looking how it affects aging. Because if you're eating foods that cause inflammation, like dairy is definitely linked to causing inflammation in the body, that's going to show up on your skin.
Right.
Anyone that comes to me and has lots of acne or like skin issues, especially eczema, it's the first thing I ask them, like, are you consuming dairy? Meat is,
Yeah.
here or there, but also wheat can be linked, but I'm not opposed to gluten per se. I'm opposed to what type of wheat we're eating. We genetically modify a lot of our wheat, so we spray
Is
it.
it enough that, so I try also to follow the vegetarian, but
Yeah.
it's a recurring thing with me is that I fall off the wagon quick, but is 1 day on, 1 day off a big deal? Like if I have a little bit of dairy, or if I fall off my supplements for a few days and things like that, how does that sort of impact me long term?
So the general rule is 80-20. If you can be on your plan 80% of the time, and 20% of the time that you aren't, your body is like in good shape that it can kind of get rid of it quickly. So if you're at that 80% of being on your program, that 20% doesn't usually affect you. So 1 day off, 1 day on, not so much, because it doesn't give you enough time to like fully repair.
Yeah.
But that 80% of the time would.
Got it. So that you brought up travel, because I was going to sort of ask you too for best tips and tricks, because one of my issues is I travel a lot, and bringing all my supplements with me and staying on different time zones, and it's hard sometimes to stay on track. And any thoughts that you have around trying to
Yes,
make it?
because it's hard on your routine. I definitely know. So my must-have when I travel is a lymphatic drainage product, which helps with water retention. It helps with cleansing and detoxing. So it's usually a great product. And
that's a supplement that I would take with the anti-aging.
Yeah. And when you travel, you just have to be diligent about it, because it's typically when your skin needs it the most, because you're out of routine, there's more stress factors around it, so you have to be diligent. Maybe don't bring all your bottles, separate them throughout the day, get one of those things that has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then just do it. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I love learning about people's own regimens and supplement routines, so thanks for sharing that.
No problem.
And check out our other videos with Corina, and thanks for tuning in.